My name is Alex. My nickname is Lex. You flip Lex backwards, it's Xxel. Most people say XXL or XL. Listen, I don't care what you call it. I call it Xxel. I don't care what you call it. As long as you know whose face is behind that spelling, I'm with whatever. I was just banging on the desk. You know, like when you're in class or when you're at school and you're just making a beat on the table and stuff. So like I made a tempo. I basically just started writing lyrics about how I felt, you know, and like at the time I was missing my ex-girlfriend, bro. I had a girlfriend for 3 years. That's pretty much how it started. And then I was looking for a beat on YouTube to match the vibe and stuff. And I came across Encore's beat on YouTube. And then I recorded it in my room. I did a mix, mastered everything in my room. And it wasn't until like 2 months later, like in November, where I posted it on TikTok and it took off for real. I had 1 million views in less than 8 hours with only like 50 followers at the time, you know? So I was just like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, that was enough for me to be happy.
Lately I've been missing you, but I know everything's gonna be alright.
I wouldn't say I was like completely down, but I was at my lowest point that I've been thus far, only being 19 years old. So, I mean, that was the lowest point, and making the song helped me. It was sad because it came from a sad place. But man, like the attention spans of people nowadays, they're really short. So you gotta catch them quick. So it was the moment that I followed up, but I know everything's gonna be all right. Well, I was like, hey, yo. This might be something. And then after that, the lyrics just kept pouring, and I had it. I knew I had it.
Thoughts of me kissing you, that would all lead up to the times we'd fight.
Most people think, oh, I'm gonna move on eventually. You know, I might find somebody else, but I wasn't even thinking like that, bro. Like, I was thinking, man, we've been through up, down, we've been through hell and back. It's like, why do I gotta look for somebody else if we've done it all? I'd rather fight with you than move on with somebody else. Bow. That's facts.
I wanna know what's up with you. Ever since you left, you've been out of sight.
I was born in Orlando, yeah, and it's like I never really got to experience it though. I moved to New Jersey at such a young age, and it's like New Jersey is probably where I would call home. Weehawken, New Jersey, to be specific. That's the homeland right there. That's where I made all my friends. That's where I made family. I lived there for a majority of my life until I moved to California back in 2015. You knew what everybody was doing, whether you hung with them or not. Or whether you knew who they hung with, like you just knew what everybody was doing, like whether it was Snapchat, Instagram. But all of a sudden, it's like, bro, me and you split, and I don't see what are you doing? Like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just fell off the grid.
Girl, I want to know the truth, just so I can tell you what's on my mind.
I'm gonna be honest. Maybe when I was younger, I was petty. I was the type to block you, unfriend you, not trying. Oh, I don't even want to deal with you. I don't want to see you. But I'm gonna be honest. On the low, I was lurking though. There's a lot of people. You're lying if you say you didn't like unfriend or block the ex, and then you're not lurking. You know, to see what they're doing here and there. But like, I wasn't on it every day like a weirdo, but like I was checking here and there. I'm gonna be honest.
What's up? I've been calling you. It seems like I can't get to you.
I was like, damn, this song is hard. Let me call her real quick. So then I called her. It was like 3 a.m. We left on bad terms, so maybe she's not gonna answer. But I called her anyways, you know. Lo and behold, she didn't answer. So I was sick. I was upset. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, she answers now. We found our ways prior to LMK coming out. And it wasn't brought to light until after the fact. But no, her and I, we've been good since way before LMK came out. So that's just to clear the air for everybody who thinks that, you know, she might have popped up afterwards. Nah, she's genuine people.
Thought I was good, yet I'm feeling blue. Feels like I'm alone in this game for 2, yeah.
My biggest piece of advice when it comes to being sad and feeling down, a way to overcome that is just keep yourself busy. Because the thing is, at the time, I had nothing to do. I had just graduated. School. We were in summer. So it's like I was sitting there and I was in my head. I was in my head too much. So I had nothing to do but sit there and mope around and think about it and get caught up and think of what it could have been, what it was. And it's like my biggest piece of advice is keep yourself busy. If you can't keep yourself busy, you're just gonna walk down the dark path.
Tell me what you wanna do. Live your life, no stopping you. When you're up late nights, who you talking to? Let me know. I'm so confused.
I'm like, maybe she's with this person, you know, because everybody has that one person. Like, oh, well, why are you texting this guy? Why are you texting him? Like, what's the reason? Or oh, this is your friend? Oh, cool. Because now you're sitting there in the bed thinking, oh my God, is she with this person now? Like, no, I was confused, man. I just needed answers, but I didn't want to know the answers at the same time.
Oh, what you want? Let me know, and I'll stop. Ooh, so confused. It's over you. Yes, it's true. I'm missing you.
My girlfriend at the time, she was like, a relationship is like a box, you know what I'm saying? And you both got to keep adding to the box. But if one person is just taken from the box, it's like, it's not a relationship now, because you're just being selfish. And I'm gonna be honest, at the time, like I was younger, I was being selfish. I was always constantly taken away from it, but I wasn't really adding much to it. I feel like I was the problem. So I was like, just tell me what it is and I'll stop. But I mean, at the same time, that person can't continue to tell me what I'm doing wrong, because it's like, if I'm not realizing it myself, then do I really care? And I mean, I did care. I was just too young to figure it out.
So tell me how you're feeling. I just want you to know.
I had a second verse that I was freestyling, which I ended up chopping out. And that was going to be like the end bridge. But I mean, I hadn't recorded that half until for like a week later. At that point, I was even lower. Because the track was helping me. I was like, hey, and then bam, just sick again. I was tight, bro. I didn't know what to do.
I can't move on if you leave me alone.
If I can't call you and you don't want to talk to me, which I understood at the time. If you don't want to talk to me, I hope you hear this song. I mean, like I said, I grew up in a small town. Everybody knows what you're doing. I knew she was going to hear it eventually. So, I mean, luckily for me, I got to talk to her before the track came out, before she could hear it. And I even sent her the track and she liked it. So we won with that one. But it wasn't that the intention was, this is my message to you. This song is my message to you. So hopefully you like it.
I'm missing you, 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 I'm missing you.
By now, everybody wants a follow-up track. I'm gonna come out with a follow-up track. But man, it was sad to drop the music video, because I was like, damn. This is the phase that's really put me on all these platforms. I mean, I used to watch Genius, and here I am now. It was sad. It was sad, but I'm glad I got to do it. I used to play baseball when I was growing up. Most people don't know this, but like I used to play baseball growing up, and I skipped an all-star baseball game to perform in a talent show, and that's where I was. Bruno Mars to the ladies. Yo, there's a video on YouTube if you can find it. I'm not gonna give you the drop, but there's a video on YouTube of me singing "When I Was Your Man" to the ladies.